Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. PSSM Global Australia welcomes all the masters for joining us today. Masters, based on the feedback yesterday regarding your curiosity to know more about music or sound meditation, our core team is working on it with the context that Pariji is going to provide, and we'll try to arrange a separate session on that so that all of us can take advantage together. Today, as we move towards day 18, the topic of discussion is group consciousness. Masters, we all know when we meditate in group, it is somehow more effective in comparison to meditating in person. But we do have some questions as to how it actually works. So hopefully in today's session, we'll get some clarity around it. But before we do that, we will touch the aspect of group consciousness by getting into a group meditation session altogether. So we'll take 3 deep breaths and we'll tell ourselves that, yes, I'm ready to be a part of another group meditation session. Thank you. Masters, we'll place our palms on the top of our eyes. We'll slowly lower our hands and we'll gently open our eyes. Congratulations, Masters, for completing this group meditation session. I want to thank each and every one of you because we have noticed that all of our masters in the group are regularly joining this meditation session and adding value. So thank you very much for that. Do we have Parinitha ma'am online?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining, making time for us again. We are all very excited to have you. And we hope to enhance our understanding on group consciousness today under your humble guidance. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankit. Very wonderful day, my dear friends from Australia. Glad to be again here in front of you. Yes, today we are in a group and discussing about group consciousness. So what more can we ask for when we are in a group, and what a group is exactly, and what is group consciousness, and what is consciousness? We need to understand each and every word as we speak. So when we talk about something, we need to really understand the deeper meaning of each and every word that we speak. So that is what we need to understand. We just use words, whether we know the inner meaning or not. So let us start knowing the meanings of each and every word as we talk and interact with each other. Okay, my dear friends. So I have an excerpt from a book called Consciousness, Volume 3, written by Pssmaustralia. So I would be reading out a few excerpts from that book. So I hope you're all ready to learn. Maybe if you can get a pen and a paper, it would be helpful for you to kind of write it down or something like that. All right. Right. This is something very, very important for all of us to learn, my dear friends. I hope if I go a little bit overboard with the subject, I hope you can forgive me for that. Because this is a huge subject and it cannot be covered in half an hour. So if you can give me that time for us to, really understand it in a deeper way. All right. So now the question is, what is group consciousness? What is a group and what is consciousness? These two are different words which we need to understand to be able to understand about group consciousness. So for example, if we go for a pathological test, like you go for test, right? Blood test, this test, that test, and all that. So sometimes the, the persons, the doctors over there put some instruments on your heart and then put some other instruments on your entire body. So they could see if the heart pulse is the same everywhere. Isn't it? So it has to be synchronically done. That pulse has to be in a it has to be in synchronicity. And that is what they test when they do the heartbeat test or the pulse test. So it is kind of a group consciousness when your heart is pulsating in every part of your body. And if your pulse manifests itself in every part of your body, you are healthy. And it is because of the life energy that is in your every part of your body, and every part is unified in your heart. And now a group is the same thing. You are a group. If everybody is pulsating, vibrating to the heart pulse, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you are together. Otherwise, you are not. Either you are here or you're there. As simple as that. So group consciousness is when your heart pulsates in every member of the group. And that is not easy to understand. Nothing is easy, my dear friends. But we can simplify it with the power of meditation. So your heart is in every heart. God's heart is in each and every one of our hearts, isn't it? So we have shared Patri's vision. That means we have shared his heart. So his heart pulsates in our heart. God's heart pulsates in our heart. That is what makes us a group. That is what makes us divine. And your heart is pulsating in everybody. You are conscious of everybody's situation and condition, and you are pumping energy into them so that they become integrated, aligned, and become one with your heart's pulsation. And when your heart is pulsating all over your body in the same rhythm, you are a group yourself. First, become a group yourself, within yourself. You be aligned, integrated. Then you become an individual consciousness. And many individual consciousnesses will become one group consciousness. So that is what makes a group consciousness. Your liver, your stomach, your kidneys, and so on are one because the pulsation within you is one pulsation. One rhythmic pulsation all over your body. And we say a man is healthy because the pulsation is the same everywhere in his body. Isn't it, my dear? And the same thing is true in group consciousness. If you are group conscious, if your heart is pulsating in everybody in the same rhythm, in the same dimension, in the same horizon, in the same expansion, you are group conscious. You feel their agony, you feel their happiness, you feel their joy and ecstasy because you are group conscious. You know about your group. You know about the individuals in the group. And group consciousness is when you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually live within each member, with each member. And you share their physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual striving, wishes, desires, horizons, visions, and revelations. You attract them, you absorb them, and you feel that you are a station that is in communication with every individual in the group. How beautiful that is to listen to. You're merged with everyone in the group. And the hierarchy is trying to create such groups because if such groups are created on the earth, they are the most powerful source of energy. They can move mountains when becoming one group consciousness. But it is so difficult to build that unity, that pulsation, that rhythm in the group so that every individual in the group pulsates rhythmically, synchronically in the same moment. Have you ever observed an orchestra? And the organizer just moves his, hands, and the entire orchestra is in synchronicity, is in sync with each other. Just imagine if one musician, one instrumentalist hits a different tune, the entire music is disturbed. When the entire group is in sync, music will come. Otherwise, it's all noise. So the hierarchical experiment is going on in every nation, my dear friends, to create groups who are group conscious. So we need to decide if we have unity within ourselves and become individual consciousness, and are we really great at our group consciousness? The salvation of the world is in the hands of such groups because they will receive energy from the hierarchy, from higher sources, undisturbed, clean, and that apply that energy to human need in its purity. Unified and group conscious groups evoke higher wisdom and powerful energies and use that wisdom to illuminate and uplift mankind. And not for selfish reasons, to satisfy their egos, to fulfill their vanities, for temporary purposes. Let's check ourselves first. Are we integrated within ourselves? First, let's work on ourselves first. And as a man, if integrated and aligned with his soul, manifests wisdom and energies, so does a group. When integrated and aligned with the soul of the group, manifest electromagnetic energy to its surroundings. And if you have anything emotionally, like any hatred or fear or anger or jealousy or revenge, these kinds of things interfere with your pulsation, and your pulsation stays within you and creates congestion within you. I'm sure that you do not like congestion. I hope you don't like congestion. So keep only those things in your body which are necessary, and throw out everything that is unnecessary, if you really want to evolve as a group consciousness. And many people who enter into a group and do not digest the pulsation of the group, the pulsation of the spirit, create congestion. And the energy does not spread itself. For example, if the heart, the pulse of the heart is only felt if the arms are not felt in my feet, in my nose, in my back, or if I have congestion, and that congestion, that pulsation eats my heart and destroys it. That energy must be spread within my body, and within my body, which is a group, and in bigger body, so that I do not have any congestion. The blood needs to keep flowing. The purified blood needs to keep flowing, isn't it? Otherwise, there's a congestion there. If the blood doesn't flow in a particular part of the body, then what happens? If one part of the body is not well, not healthy, then the entire body suffers. So Jesus Christ said once, the same thing in a different way, of course. He says, I am the tree, you are the branches. He was talking about group consciousness. He said, when a branch is dry, my Father cuts and throws it, burn it. If a group member dries, not dies, dries, it is very pitiful. He goes through every kind of mess, physically, psychologically, psychically, emotionally, mentally. He goes through them and he burns himself and he dries. And once he dries, no matter what he does outside, in the group, everywhere, he's dry. The pulsation is not in that person. Group consciousness is very important for your health. For example, a family is a group. A group can be anything. Anything can be a group. Your family is a group. And then when that family is not pulsating together consciously, emotionally, in their joys, happiness, not pulsating together, the husband or a wife gets sick, children become sick, and they do not know why they are becoming sick. It is because they are congested. And congestion is the most serious sickness that can be imagined. It is not a microbe. It is not a virus. It is an accumulation of energy in certain places, and it is not getting distributed in all the places of your body, which is the family. Congestion is energy accumulation in certain parts of your body, in certain parts of your group, and that energy does not distribute itself. It burns where it is standing. and it destroys the tissues and destroys the individuals. And eventually all the individuals become sick for not responding to the group consciousness. I hope you are able to understand what this subject is about, and we need to understand group consciousness in a holistic manner. And this is what it is all about. And in group consciousness, you must always try to share the burdens, to share the dreams, to share the service, to share the rest, to share the meditation and reading, so that you spread the energy that is accumulated somewhere in your nature. And Jesus Christ gave another fantastic symbol there. I am the tree, you're the branches. Every leaf, every flower is taking that sap, the rhythmic energy. And you see that some of the trees are dying. Why? There is congestion in one place and other places and taking the energy, or not taking the energy. In group formation, you must see that you are in the right group. Are you in the right group? Second, you must have a life of sharing. Sharing is not outside. Sharing is inside. And you share your love. That is sharing. That takes a lots of congestion from you. When you share your love, your congestion slowly decreases. You share your love. Suppose a man is going to share. He says, I hate those two men, but I love everything else. He has congestion. He's creating whirlpools in the group, crushing that group with his thoughts and imagination and emotions. If she is in vanity saying, I am something, she is taking all your energies to be absorbed by her entity, and she is going through congestion. Does anyone feel, I am something, I am that, I am this? Vanity. Do you hate certain people? Do you love certain people? That is also congestion. So if she is an egoist, I am something, that is a congestion. So in the group, my dear friends, please remember this point, and please note if you can, in bold letters, in underlinings. This is a very, very, very important statement. In the group, nobody is something. Everybody is something. And in the group, every must be nobody to make the group somebody. To make the group somebody, everybody has to be nobody. This is a very, very, very important statement or a sentence or whatever you might want to call it. To make the group something, you must be nothing. I must be nothing. I am a zero. I am a big, 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 big zero. Can you say that to yourself? I am a big zero. I am nothing. Your ego doesn't allow you to say that. Oh, I did this, I did that, I achieved this, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. You know what kind of a family I'm from? You know how much I've studied? You know what is my job is, what is my designation is? You know how people respect me? All these things come in between before we say, I am nothing, I am a zero. Imagine the pulse. And the pulse must go everywhere. And this is why in ancient ashramic groups, if one member, two members, three members demonstrate vanity, selfishness, separativeness, showing off, they put them aside. They say for 3 or 4 months, you don't come here. For 3 years, do not come here because you are creating congestion here. What if I put you aside like that? You will create more congestion. Just imagine if I put you by side and say that don't come here for 2 to 3 years, you would create more congestion. If you are something, if you think that you are something. So inner criticism is congestion. And in criticism, you are bringing the whole pulsation on to that woman whom you are criticizing, to that man, and saying, you are a bad girl, you are a bad man. Now she is congested. Now he is congested. Now you are congested. You are creating cleavages in the whole group. Group consciousness is a safety and a health factor. And if you have a group that you love, and if you are harmonious with the group, cooperative with the group, all the energies are coming and going through you, and the whole group is pulsating in the same health giving rhythm. And in the true group, if you enter, you will see that your sicknesses are disappearing because your sicknesses are caused by congestion. If you distribute that congestion, the energy that is accumulating somewhere and become a transmitter without holding the energies, you are causing health in you and health in everybody by removing the congestion, by sharing love. And this is why it is very important to create groups, to create a group of people who think in the same way, feel the same way, aspire in the same way, act the same way. Nobody tells the group what to do. Nobody tells the group what to do. They know it. And group consciousness immediately organizes their minds, and each of them knows how to do, what to do in the group, so that there's no congestion. This is very, very heavy, but one must learn these things. Your love must pass from one to everybody. Your light must pass from you to everybody. Your striving must be echoed everywhere in the group, so that you become a uniting, integrating factor in the group. Most of the sicknesses in families, groups, and nations are a result of congestion. So what are you doing? You're creating congestion, 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 congestion. And eventually, that congestion is creating cancer, tumors, and various diseases in you and in others. Cancer is a result of congestion, nothing else. Energy accumulates someplace and the cells multiply and you have the cancer. Why do you have cancer? It is because in your body or in your society, you created a tremendous amount of energy congestion and you absorbed it into you without distributing and balancing it. And there are also invisible groups in emotional, mental, and spiritual layers. Just like we have the physical plane, my dear friends, we have an emotional plane, we have a mental plane, we have an atmic plane, buddhic plane, monadic plane. There are so many other planes. And they want to incarnate, to externalize themselves. And you become sensitive to that pull, to their eagerness to manifest and to externalize. If you found your group, and if you entered into it progressively, intelligently, lovingly, harmoniously, then you will see that the group is a whirlpool of energy into which you can throw yourself and heal and heal and heal physically, emotionally, and mentally. So the only signal is, are you healing? Yes or no? Are you healing? Yes or no? As simple as that. Are you progressing or are you digressing? Which one is it? You're mostly paying attention to the physical healing. Physical healing is nothing in comparison to the healing that your emotional body requires. Sometimes your emotional body is so dirty, so filthy, so cancerous that it must be healed. And how to heal the cancerous emotional body when he or she on the outside is manifesting jolly-polly relationships, showing off personality in relations. Your mental body has to be healed. The group can heal the mental body if the group is integrated all together and the pulsation is all the same. And for those who are continuously creating congestion in the group tries to clean them. Can you allow the group members to clean you? Can you allow the group members to clean you? Or do you say something else? Do you respond to them something else? I don't need to be cleaned. You are the one who needs to be cleaned. You are filthy. I'm not filthy. I'm pure. I've been born directly from the angel kingdom. Who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? All these things. So the group cleans for 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, and then gets weaker and weaker, and disintegration enters into the group because of that woman, that man. And because of those 3 people who were creating devastation without knowing it. A group is very sensitive. What do you mean by sensitive? We have a very weird definition of being sensitive. One is being touchy, one is being sentimental, one is being emotional, and one is being sensitive. Sensitive means we are able to sense things. When we are able to sense things, you are sensitive. That is the meaning of sensitivity. The word has given a completely different meaning of the word sensitive. Sensitive means you sense things. You sense the frequencies, you sense the vibrations, you sense the energies, you sense everything. And that is what is called sensitivity. So a group is very sensitive. It is a sensitive instrument. It is like your body. A little nail enters into your toe and you feel it. You feel it. It's very sensitive. So that is what a group is all about. And there are certain groups whose members are ready for that group. And it is so beautiful. Are you ready for the group? Are you ready? We try to make people ready when they are entering into our group. What do? We say to them, resign from your drugs, tobacco, marijuana, hallucinogenic drugs, from alcohol, from your etc., etc. First, there is the body. We talk to them and eventually say to them, do not have fear, anger, hatred, jealousy, revenge, gossip, slander. Let them go. They are vipers that are eating to you. The first thing is physical level. Then we come to the emotional level. What is it? Fear, anger, hatred, jealousy, revenge, gossip, slander. Let them go. Then we come to the mental body that we need to clean to be able to enter into a group. What are they? We need to clean our ego, vanity, separatism, fanaticism, and greed. These are mental vipers. And then do meditation 1-2 years and you are ready to enter into the pulsation of the group. This is the ideal way, but we cannot do it every time, isn't it? So what we do? We do bypassing. We bypass everything. Oh, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready, Baba. Who are you to tell me that I'm not ready? I am ready. So some people are ready, when they are ready, they come and immediately enter into the rhythm of the pulsation and they feel so good. They love the guru. They love and live the teaching. They love everything because it enlightens them, expands them, purifies them, and sanctifies them. Readiness is so important, and it is not too late. You can start today, now, this moment. And everybody who wants to be a group member or is a group member already must try to get in rhythm. Get in rhythm. Can you enter? Please ask yourself, can you enter? Do you clean yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally? Can you enter? That is for you to answer. For each and individual person to answer for themselves. So it's just like learning a dance and the music is playing and everyone is jumping, but nobody is dancing with the rhythm of the music. Eventually in 2 hours, 3 hours, 10 hours, 1 month, in 3 years time, you can see that the music is playing and everybody is dancing in the rhythm. Initially, nobody will dance into the same rhythm of the group, but eventually they will. Then the group is formed. But the rhythm, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, must penetrate from the body to emotions, to mental, to spiritual, so that you feel that rhythm. You must do everything possible to be a member of a group and any spiritual group you want. But be ready, prepare yourself. How do you prepare to go to 7th class, 7th grade? By passing the 6th grade exams. That is how you become ready for the 7th grade. You must take the test. You must take the test. You must pass it with flying colors. The main duty of the members is to create future members to fit the rhythm of the group. And it is so beautiful. Each member's duty is to create somebody, prepare somebody rhythmically, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually to be able to jump into the place and dance with everybody in the same rhythm. And in an unorthodox writing, Jesus says, I dance and you dance with the same steps. What are the steps that Jesus is talking about? They are steps in body, steps in emotions, steps in mind, and steps in spiritual bodies. Your steps, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, are in the rhythm. That is group consciousness. And worse are those members who are not growing. In certain times, they fossilize themselves, petrify themselves, and they stay as they are. There's no movement in them. Now we have in the dance, everyone is dancing, but she's dancing like a mule. He is petrified. She's not in the rhythm. She is congested. He is congested. He is not flowing. He is not with the group. And the group's intention is to take somebody, eat them, and digest them. He is digested in the group. There is no high-low. There is no senior, junior here. You're digested in the group. And the group is harmonized. It's a music, it's a symphony. And if someone says, Can I be half ready? Can I be just half ready? Half baked, half whatever. Half ready is a problem. Somebody is not ready, but you take him into the group. You take him into the group because he gave you $100,000 because he or she is pretty, because she does an outstanding service. Then you are deceived by this outside phenomena and take him or her into the group. The group has a hard time to digest that leather. Can you digest leather? It is leather. It is a porcupine that you cannot digest. There are lots of porcupines in the group. And what do? They show off. They have lots of vanities. And eventually, they need to be cleaned out from the group. Some people enter the group as a threat. And there are thieves in the group. They dress nicely in sheepskins, but they are wolves. The skin is there. You see them. They are so beautiful, so happy outside. Just take this as a caution and move forward in the group, my dear friends. Understand what is group consciousness. Now, in a group, 4 kinds of people are there. Now, you need to decide which category that you fall into. All right. The first kind of person stands for service. 4 kinds of people are there in a group to enter the groups. Why people enter the groups? There are 4 kinds of people. The first kind of person stands for service. Okay. As he serves, his inner potentials become actualized. That is the most important thing. As he sacrifices and serves, his inner potentials become actualized. And you cannot give him $1 million to actualize inner potentials. But if you sacrificially serve, your potentials come into actualization. These are the secrets of group life. A man comes and says, is there a job that I can do here? Any service that I can do physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually? He is full. He just came to serve. And even if he does not have treasures in him, he pulls out all the treasures that are hidden within you into manifestation. Serving, servers, the one who do labor, the one who serve, the one to do sacrificial labor, sacrificial service. That is the first kind of people. And the second set of people. These kind of people come with half for themselves, half for you. Okay? Half for myself and half for you. I'm like split in between. They are business people who come to the meetings. They are very beautiful to the group, but they serve little and they want to have something from the group, at least something. For example, if you are throwing flowers away, he helps, but then he takes the vases with him. Physically, emotionally, mentally, these are very subtle things. They have an intention to take something with them, not to give everything. These are the second kind of people who come to the group. So the first is to do sacrificial service, sacrificial labor to serve. Second one, half for me, half for you. The third kind of people comes to manipulate the group to make business. One day, a very nice man came and someone asked, why do you want to become a member? He said, because I'm a jeweler. I can sell jewelry to the group. He is that kind of a man. So there are so many things like this. And you can, judge them, or maybe not judge them. You can observe them through their mannerisms. You're angry towards some people, you're cutting towards some people, you're doing this to something else. Your mannerisms demonstrate your real outside attitude. Then we come to the last kind of people who, why do they enter into a group? The fourth kind of people come just to create cleavages in the group. Disturbances, separatism, dividing, cleavages. But if the group atmosphere and consciousness is strong enough, it immediately shakes them. 2 years ago, 3 mediums came and they wanted to see the author, Torquem Saladarian. Torquem came in his overalls and saluted, and 3 of them fainted. They escaped and they did not stay in 1 minute. What kind of an energy are you vibrating? If you are really vibrating high enough, those who come to create cleavages in you cannot sustain you, can just go, have just to be repelled from you. Are you having that vibration frequency, that energy levels? Does that group vibrate so strongly that it repels all these people who come to create cleavages? And mind you, a group is formed by individual consciousnesses. And to reach group consciousness, people must live for many incarnations in close ties. They must suffer to adjust themselves to each other and to a principle. After this, they will be ready for group work. That is group consciousness, my dear friends. And it's a very, very, very vast subject. I have just covered a little bit for you. A group is not made of members. It is made by individual consciousness. So let us try to understand group consciousness in a very, very in-depth manner so that we really become a group member and share the group vision, share the group dream, share the group principles, eat them, digest them, chew them, and make it our flesh and blood and bone so that we live it. There are 3 kinds of peoples. One is havers, collectors. The second group is doers. And the third people are beers, beingness. Are you a haver or a collector? Are you a doer or are you being in that state? If you are being in that state, everything is effortless. You don't have to do anything. You're just being that person. So I just wanted to share as the last thing to tell you from which book I took this from, so that you can, take this forward if you want the reading. This is from this small bit was taken from this book called Consciousness, Volume 3. The website is tsgfoundation.org. tsgfoundation.org. You can buy this book from there. Torquem Saladarian is a great author, and Patri himself has read many books of his and really applauded the way that he has put in his books. So you can buy this from there, and just wanted to show you the table of contents here so that you know what you might get to read here. Can you read the table of contents here? There's so much of knowledge, so much of wisdom, 344 pages. That's it, my dear friends, from me. Thank you so much for having me today to share with you this great wisdom that I have learned from this book.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the enlightening session. Very beautifully explained. Uh, we have a question from Namita, ma'am. Yes, Namita, ma'am, you can unmute.
Hello, ma'am. Namaste. Thank you
Namaste.
for today's session. It's hard to understand. I understand in perspective of the group, like as we have a group here. So we all meditators, and now and then if we meditating all together, then energy somehow increases and people evolve as well. But if I'm taking this group concept in terms of family or a job, a lot of people join there, which in job perspective, we don't have really control on who is going to join. And then they come with their own purpose, they have their own natures. How you tackle the people around you at that time. And second is around the families. Because I never thought group as a family, but it's very logical when you said the think about family as a group. So in the group, people have their own individualities and they have own natures. And you want to run a family, happy family, then you need to bring them all together so we can all grow together. So how we can increase the energy of good consciousness there in the family?
Right. Thank you for asking that question, ma'am. So that's a beautiful question. A group can be any group, all right. And the first thing that I want to address is how do you tackle it? How do you tackle other group members from entering it? First thing is that you as a group need to increase and expand your consciousness individually first. Then you don't have to tackle them. Either if they're resonating with the same energy, same vibration, they will come and join you. Otherwise, they'll get repelled. As simple as that. So if you can, listen to the old proverb, birds of the same feather flock together. So it's as simple as that. If you are a group whose individual consciousness is really high, really vibrating high, then not a lower consciousness person cannot cope up with your energies and vibrations. So they will repel. You don't have to tackle them. They will only themselves just give up that journey.
Yeah.
So either people who match your frequency will come or higher frequency will come. Otherwise, some people will come in your group so that you learn the lesson. You learn a few lessons from them and you teach yourself about certain situations, certain people, and certain energies. Everything happens for a reason. So you need to understand why this is happening, learn the lesson and move on. But the major factor is to expand the individual consciousness of each and every member of the group. And the second question I would like to address is happiness. There are three things: happiness, joy, and bliss. Happiness relates to physical and emotional bodies. You're happy when your physical body is happy and your emotional body is happy. And you're in joy when you're in your mental body. You experience joy when you're in your mental body, mental state. And bliss is when you're in soul state. So do you want happiness or joy or bliss is what you need to decide. Yes. So you need to cross from physical to emotional, then to mental, then to the soul level so that you experience bliss. Don't settle with happiness and joy. Go a level up, go a level up.
Well, how you do that? By meditation or?
By doing meditation, by doing practice, by applying all the virtues in your life. For example, cleaning your physical body, cleaning your emotional body, cleaning your mental body, just as I explained right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I don't see any other hand or any questions in the chat box. So thank you so much for the enlightening session again. Before we end today, Masters, I would like to tell you that after we end this 21 days journey, we are going to restart our regular meditation sessions that we have twice every day. One of the session happens exactly at the same time. So you are very welcome to join our group meditation sessions. The notifications will be sent out in our WhatsApp group, PSSM Global Australia. Please join us and add value. Be a part, continue being a part of this group. Thank you so much, all the masters, for joining.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, everyone. Hope you have a great day and raise your consciousness, individual consciousness. Be a group within yourself first. Work on yourselves. That is when you will go higher. Thank you.
Thank you.